Hey, in the last video, I showed you how to create efficient custom adapters for your list view. And in this video, we're going to talk about context menus. You must be familiar with context menus on desktop platforms. You can bring it up by right-clicking on any of the interesting or interactive objects on your desktop. Whereas in case of Android, you can bring one up by long pressing on any of the views or the list item. And a context menu supplies you with a lot of options that you can use on a view that you're interested. And in case of a list view, the view we are usually interested is actually a list item. So long pressing on a list item will bring up a context menu. And in this video, we are going to see exactly how to do that. So let's go back to the emulator, and we have a list of books here, and I'm going to write a context menu that will show two options. One is the view option, the other one is a delete option. So let's go back to our project, and first we need a context menu. So let's go to strings and define the new string resources that we'll be using in this project. And here I'm going to add a couple of strings. I'm going to name one as view, and I'm going to name the other one as delete. So these are the two strings that we're going to use. And in case if we need a title for our context menu, we can do that as well. So let me go ahead and create another string called as more. So this will be the title of our context menu, and we'll have two options. The first one is view and the other one is delete. That is it. Now we're going to need a menu, so we're going to create a new menu resource. Let's do a right click on resource folder, go to new, and click on another XML file. Here under resource type, select menu, and the name of the file is going to be books, and check if the root element is menu. It should be menu, and click on finish. So we have a books.xml. It is inside the menu folder, and we have the books.xml. It's here in our editor, and we're going to add those two menu items here. To make it easier, let's go to the layout and click on add. You get a dialog, select item, click on OK. So here is the menu item that we're going to add. The first one is going to be called as view, so I'm going to name it, give it an ID called as view. And for the title, let's go ahead and select view. So we have one item now, menu item, which is called as view, and we're going to add another menu item. Select create a new element at the top level in menu, and then choose item, click OK, and we're going to give this an ID called as delete, and for the title we're going to choose delete. Save this. So we have our menu resource. The menu resource is ready. We can take a look at the XML, and it says item and what ID and title. That's it. So this is the raw XML of our menu resource. So now we have a menu resource that we can use. So let's go back to books activity.java, and here I'm going to override a method, and the name of the method is going to be, so go to source and click on override implement methods, and here on create context menu. Oops, it's not under list activity, it's under activity. So on create context menu, click OK. So we have this method, we're going to override this method, and the super.onCreate context menu, this method should be the last method we're going to call. So place it at the last. I'm going to remove this to do item, and from here we're going to create a context menu for our list item. So we're going to check if the view is our list view. Since we are using a list activity, you can get a reference to the list view by calling the getListView method, and if it is the list view, we're going to get an instance of the menu inflator. You can do that by calling the get menu inflator, and assign this to a new local variable. We have the menu inflator. I'm going to call the menu inflator dot inflate, and the resource, that is the menu resource, which is r dot menu dot books, and we're going to call this, we're going to pass this menu parameter which we get here. So that's it. We have our menu inflator to inflate the menu. And the next thing we're going to do is we have to register our list view for a context menu. So we're going to call that, we're going to register list view for the context menu. Register for context menu, and we're going to call get list view. So now our list view is registered for a context menu. I'm going to give you a summary of what we have done so far. First, we created a menu resource called as books.xml. So this is going to give us the menu items, and we have two menu items which are view and delete. And second, we overrided the on create context method, inside which we check if it is the list view. We're going to inflate the books menu. And third, we just registered our list view for the context menu. So we did just three things now. We created a menu resource, and then we inflated the menu, and third, we registered our list view for the context menu. That's just the first part of the story. Let's go ahead and run this application. Switch to the emulator. Now we have our list view, and let me try to long press on any of the items, and you can see that the context menu shows up, and this is called as a floating context menu. So we have view and delete, and we forgot the title. I'm going to set a title for this. You can do that by calling the menu dot set header title, which is r dot string dot more. Let me save this and run this application once again. Switch to the emulator. So here it is. Let's long press, and you can see we have the header title, and we also have two options, which are the two menu items. The first one is view and the other one is delete. So in the next video, we'll be seeing how to add functions to your menu items. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.